Hey guys, how we doing? Right, so let's see what's happening. Um, oh, we have big news coming out in 28 minutes, guys. So today will be a little bit of a shorter session. Will only be about an hour today because I've got a mentoring session at 2:30, and I need to grab a bite to eat between the end of this session and my my session. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just check. Are we live on YouTube? I just need a tissue because I feel like there we go. Right, who's in? So today we've seen some big moves on gold, predominantly been the big move, I think, this afternoon came or through here was as the US then started to say about no traveling to Iraq and some of the areas in the Middle East due to uh, geopolitical issues. Now, look, at the end of the day, this can go now. We're looking for buyers to come back in, but we do have core PPI and unemployment data coming at 1:30. So. BPC now, yeah, potentially, Anna. Um, Obviously, we can place this trade to be fair, um, but I wouldn't want to leave it there uh, any longer. So yeah, I'm happy to place this BPC trade right now. So look, what I'm going to share with you guys is I'm just going to bring on the text so you can see the rules. BPC long. Okay, what's happening? Why is it doing this? Uh, There we go. So that's the rules or the checklist for going long uh, on gold right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that order placed. Oh God, that was a bit loud. I'm going to get that order placed. I'm going to show you where it is. So the entry is going to be spread above the high of the 15-minute candle. So that trade is in. If you want to be on YouTube. There you go. You can see the order. I'm just going to put partial TPs in at 10 pips. So, and I'll take 60% off at 10 pips just with news coming in. So it's a buy or it's a buy. Let me see if I can get. It's a buy order just above the high of this candle. I'm targeting 33.85, and I have a 10 pip first scale out. Let me just see if I can change the. Why is it locked? Everything's locked. To unlock source, you'll need to unlock the scene. Uh, okay, so let me see. There you go. So we've got it. Why is it there? I need to move it further across. Uh, I don't know how to. Let's get that across. Okay, so for some reason on TikTok you can't quite see um, the edge of it, and I don't. It's locked. I'm trying to undo the lock right now, guys. Display center. You need to unlock the scene. Well, I didn't know the scene was locked. Does anyone know how to unlock the scene? Um, no, it's just a pending order above the high of the bullish 15-minute candle that I have placed. Now, I don't know how to unlock the scene. Display capture. Ah, there we go. There you go. So now you can see where the order is. So as soon as the numbers in the top right go orange, you'll see that's the trade triggered. Right, orange means it's negative, and when it goes blue, will be positive. When this gets to 70, if it gets to a blue 70, I'm just going to hit stop loss at entry. just because we are getting very close to news. So this is like my 70% rule. So with first TPs being at 10 pips, 70% rule. So price will go up. I hope so. So if that hits 70, you'll see stop loss go straight to break even. Now we just let it play out. Joe, like I said, I have bought gold, and that is the analysis that I have is that I would expect gold to continue going up fundamentally and technically. As soon as I see blue 70, so 70, I will hit stop loss at entry, and you basically my stop loss will move directly to my entry price, so I can't lose anything. So we're at 67, 66. There we go. So stop loss is at entry. So we can't lose now, guys. Can't lose anything. As soon as it gets this blue line, purple line, when it gets to 100, there you go. So that's first TP hit. So we've hit first TPs, and stop loss has moved, already moved to break even. So again, we're risk free. It's too late now. Too late now. We're 15 pips up, 16 pips up. If we get to 200, I'll close another half off, and then I'll just let it run. Okay, so it's too late to be buying now, in my opinion. But I've bought, I've de-risked, and my stop loss is at break even. So no matter what, we've got T1 and we've made some money in the can today. Nearly at T2. If we get to T2, there we go. That's another half banked. Right, that's 23 pips. Money's done. Oops, don't need that. So 29 pips, 30 pips. We'll take another half off there. So we've done 10 pips, 20 pips, 30 pips. Hi, Chris. So that's it. We're objective. We've smashed it. Absolutely. First trade done. Don't need to worry about anything else. Now, guys, remember, we sat here for an hour and a half yesterday, waiting for a potential trade. When the news comes out, we're going up and up. I don't know. I'll be out of the trade by then. So we can't predict when the markets are going to give us a setup. So we hit our first trade today within 2 minutes of being online. Yesterday we waited an hour and a half. Now, look, this is hey Simon, how you doing, mate? How's the leg? So yeah, we're sitting pretty. We've done what we needed to do. Profits made, and we're just potentially about to hit full target now. In I tell you what, if we get to 40 pips, I'm just going to close it all, guys, because that's happy days. Close enough to the target. I see fair value gap. I don't trade fair value gaps. I don't look at anyone that's been coming to this stream for a week or longer, because we've been running for about 3 weeks now. You'll know that I don't do anything around smart money concepts, ICT, fair value gaps, any of that. I don't touch any of it. It's just personal preference. It is what it is. You guys, you stick to, you do what you want to do. But yeah, don't ask me for my opinions on it, because I won't give it because I don't know enough about it, and I'm really not interested in it, to be fair. Do you trade with structure? Yeah, just price action and structure. That's it. Nothing complicated. Keep it nice and simple. Simon, glad to hear the legs are doing well. So have you had your operations been done now, mate? Uh, Lurching, how you doing? Welcome back. I remember you from yesterday or the other day, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so I'm just gonna get a water. So we'll see what happens when the news comes out. If we're still in the trade, fantastic. If we're not, so be it. Hey Terry, how you doing? We scaled out at 10 pips, 20 pips, and 30 pips. Um, if I see it get back down to 5 pips, I'll just close it completely. We've only got a little bit of the position remaining, so it doesn't matter. News coming up. Yeah, we've already scaled out. We've made our money. It doesn't matter. So news or no news, not bothered. We hit 10 pips, 20 pips, 30 pips, and now I'm going to close it all out if it gets down to 5 pips, which would be 50, blue 50. And I'll close it all out if it gets to 40. Ah, there we go. Right, done. Okay, so that's it. Trade's done. Now what we'll wait for is we'll wait for the news to come out. Where's how did I change? Right, something. I don't know what that is. Screen delete. All right, guys, bear with me a second. I'm just trying to get Trading View back now because uh, um, there we go. Okay, so we're back. Now look, for those of you that want to know why we took that trade, there's the rules. Let me just bring it back in. And remember, it's not about the market just spiking all the way to the top. We saw a simple bullish, right? So far, the market move is bullish. We've seen a correction. We've seen buyers come back in, so we've created support. The next candle wicked down. We broke the highs, and we were looking to just trade it back up into the next level of resistance. It didn't quite meet our final target, but we hit target 1, 2, and 3, made our money, and that's it. We're out. Now, if we look at the rules are here. Just plain for you to see. So it was a BPC trade, breakout, pullback, continuation. Hindsight should have closed it at 150. No, I'd already taken out at 100, 200, and 300. So there's only a small position left in. So I want it to make as much as possible with that last little bit. Um, so these are the rules, right? Did we close above resistance? Yes, we closed above resistance. Have we seen two seller candles? Yes, one, two. Do we have an uptrend? Yes. Do we have a bullish candle close? Yes. Do we have clear space to trade into? So if we look above the high of that candle, we had 45 pips up to the high, up to the structure. So yes, we've got at least 20 pips. After the bullish candle close, wait for the next candle to wick down. Did it wick down? Yes. Did we buy above the high? Yes. And that's it. So everything you see here is just what unfolded according to our rules, our system. So the it's not that we did anything amazing or wonderful. It's just something we know that works on probability, and we traded it. There was no emotions. We didn't get excited. We didn't even based on the fact that probability says we're going to get a positive trade 7 out of 10 times, right? That's for 10 pips. Whether it goes 20, 30, or 40, then the probability starts to diminish. Now, in this case, right, we hit our 10 pips, stops went to break even. We got our 20 pips, we got our 30 pips, and then it came back and we closed it out for like 3 pips for the last little bit. Hey Vic, good afternoon, buddy. Um, but that was a really, really simple little trade, and now we don't need to do anything. We've done the hard work. We've got pips in the bank. Last news, I missed it, guys. So buy star. No more trades for me now. Move the text more to the right. Is that enough for you? Signature beard. Can you see it? Okay. So there's nothing for me to do right now. Okay. Nothing for me to do. We've done the hard work. We've we've got our profit. We've got our profit in the can. Um, we're just waiting now. We're just waiting for a potential another setup. That's it. Um, yeah, it's been a really, really good day all round. Um, taken taken a few trades today yet. Um, all very, very similar. We took 2 trades through here. This was a breakout trade, but a momentum entry. And then the next one, again, wait for the candle to close above, wick down, we brought. Yep, the best part, Anna, the best part for me is no stress, set up rules and take the trade. Exactly. Minhart, how you doing? You missed the trade today. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, we can't pick when they come. Yesterday we waited 90 minutes, didn't we, for the trade? Today it came in the first minute and a half of being online. So, like I said, this is the objective of a trader is a little bit like a sniper. You get yourself in position, you wait for your setup, and you just have to sit there patiently until it comes. And until that point, you can't do anything. You just have to sit there and be tight. Guys, I know that some of you are. I've just realized. I know some of you are trying to um, uh, view YouTube because there's an issue on TikTok where you can only see parts of the screen. So I do apologize. It doesn't quite fit everywhere. So if you want to go onto YouTube, you can just click the standstill link and just go to YouTube. It's a click on subscribe free channel, or you can go to my Telegram free channel. You'll see those all there. Right, okay, so we'll take this one off because there's going to be no trade now until at least after the news. And that could be anything. If we don't know what's going to happen, we don't know if it's going to be good news, bad news. We don't know whether the market's going to um, push higher, push lower. How many of you in here right now are using funded accounts? Be interesting to know. So funded accounts, okay, we've got some in terms of funded accounts, what would you say is your biggest challenge to being successful with, hey Aaron, how you doing? Top Step and Top One. Okay, not heard of Top One. Aaron, love the Project X platform. Okay, they're popping up left, right, and center. So one thing to think about is what would you say your biggest hurdle is? What's the most difficult thing with your prop firms? Uh, hey Narinda, how you doing? Hi Instant Nut. Minhart, okay, when to take my profit. So that's going to be the same regardless whether it's a funded account, whether it's your own account. You know, knowing when to take your profit is part of the rules, okay? So we have strategic take profits of 10 pips on gold, 20 pips on NASDAQ or DAX. Um, you know, that's when we want to de-risk. And then if we get a runner, we get a runner. Fantastic. If at the end of the week you've had an amazing week and you want to be a little bit greedy. I would still use the same stop loss management. But if you want to be a little bit more greedy with your take profits, then you can do, because you've already had a fantastic week. Don't be greedy and change rules if you haven't had a good week. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Um, Aaron, biggest challenge for me has always been the rules, but you get used to them. Okay, so the easiest way to be profitable, right, is with your own account, without doubt. The easiest way to be profitable is with your own account. Why is that? Possible breakout long on the DAX from Simon. Let's have a look. Right, let me remove all my drawings. Okay, daily. Okay, things we're seeing on the daily are we're breaking to new lows. If we look at the 4 hour, we're potentially, if we break that high, we're now going to be in a correction move on the 4 hour. Look at the hourly. So don't like that. 30-minute, yeah, it's breaking out, but my bias on this chart is short. So I'd be much more inclined for price to rally, create resistance, and then to sell off. But I can see what you're looking at, Simon. I can see why you'd potentially want to trade long on a close above and maybe trade it up to here, 21.7. You got 70 points up to there. Um, okay, completing stage one and then going live and then failing the second. Okay, yeah. So do you feel that sometimes on that basis your mindset will change because in theory you've gone from a demo account to a live account, and the probability means that if you do some big trades, you're going to get paid out. Do you think your mindset changes a little bit? We've got 6 minutes to wait for the news. 6 minutes. What do you think about these teenage option traders? I don't know anything about them to tell you the truth, Ryan. Um, but look, options. I mean, I don't know what type of options it is. Are they long-term option? Are they, is it, what do you call it, like binary option stuff, uh, or is it more your traditional sort of option trading? I've never done any options trading, but I know binary got shut down a while back, or it was made unlawful in the UK, but I I don't know much about it, so I couldn't really give you an honest opinion. What's a good prop firm? Look, I've not had. Why do you think about the announcement? Why do you think about the announcement? Which announcement? More traditional, I think they are making silly returns. Yeah, okay. So if we're talking more traditional options, then it makes sense, right? Because you don't have a stop loss. Okay, so it's done on time decay. So if you're thinking about a traditional option, whereas let's say, I don't know, if we're talking hypothetically, let's say we're um, buying gold, right? And you have your strike price, and it's a 1 month option. You say that within a certain time period, that price is going to stay above a price, or it's not going to go above a price, or it's going to stay below a price. But in that time period, it can go above it. It's just as long as it comes back down. Okay. So when you're trading options, you've got a lot. The premium that you pay is a lot more flexible. So your return on investment, so you can put again, this is me speaking with a little bit of knowledge, and not a lot. So take it with a pinch of salt. Um, it's definitely a lot more flexible. Whereas, you put a stop loss in on a chart, price can spike down that, and you get taken out. Whereas with an option, as long as it doesn't get down there when your option is due to expire, and then from what I understand is you can then roll it over. So options are definitely a little bit more um, uh, forgiving, But there's there's obviously going to be other issues with options. I don't know. I don't know what they are. And I wouldn't want to advise or give you enough information. I can only tell you what I know, which again is little. Mr. Mark, how do you identify if the price will be bullish or bearish? Well, for me, bullish is a white candle and bearish is a black candle. Um, in terms of the structure, how do I identify if price is bullish or if the chart is bullish or bearish? Well, that comes down to just a very simple sort of look at structure. If you were to just mark on, if you were to mark on the highs, the structure highs, and you look at them and say, right, what's happening with the highs? Are they progressively getting higher? Or are they going up like this and then starting to come down? Then you've seen like a change in structure. So you've got lower low. That is then when you start looking and saying, right, the overall trend on this particular time frame that I'm looking at is now bearish or bullish. So there's a couple of things to bear in mind. One, are you looking at um, price action itself, or are you looking at um, the the structure of the market? Um, and going back to which is the best prop firm? Okay, now look, like I said, in terms of best prop firm, one that I like and a lot of my members use is this one here. I just put a link in so you can have a. Oh, wrong one. Uh, so yeah, have a look at your comment wasn't posted because of the lives. What? What did that say? Ah, there we go. So that's the best one that I found. And the reason for me saying it's the best one is on the basis that it is most like trading your own personal account. Okay. And when I'm referring to trading your own personal account, the restrictions. So you don't have daily drawdown limits. You have a fixed drawdown, which is 10%. It's instant, so there's no challenges. Um, There is, you can use EAs, you can hedge, you can trade news. mm, what else is there? You can hold over the weekends. You can pretty much treat it as though it's your own account. Now, because it is um, a live account, you actually have to deposit and open up a live account. So the news has just come out now, guys. Um, let's see what happens with gold. Um, so yeah, instant um, you have to go through AML and KYC, so anti-money laundering and know your client. So you'll have to upload documentation. That could be passport, driving license, utility bills, because you are actually funding a live account. Okay, so you're not buying a demo account. And they pay out very, very quick. Seen it with multiple members and non-members. Um, Yeah, so that's why I like them. I've got multiple experiences of knowing people that have been paid out. Um, customer service is really good. Um, guys that I've spoken to, really, really good. If there is an issue, um, you can cross-check your trade with them, and they'll try and sort it out based on they'll look at the times, they'll see if you just trying to pull the wool over their eyes. Now, like any other prop firm, you can't get away with arbitrage. If you do try and do arbitrage, they will pull the plug on you. That's the fact. I use FX Pro. What do you think about them? Um, no, I mean FX Pro. They used to give Squawk free, which is a news. What do you call it? They provide you with news instantly, which is very good. Um, but in terms of brokers, I've, it's not one that I use. Um, D, at D&D, one of the best. Okay, yeah, fine. price action. Who else we got in here? Uh, any more questions? No. Okay, so the news has been a bit flat. Not really seen anything. We need a little bit more of a follow through. Is the 10% drawdown on your balance or starting capital? Is good question, Chris. That's a great question. It's on the starting balance and it doesn't change. So let's say let's say you start with a 10,000 account, instant account. Your drawdown will be 9,000. So if you got to 10,500, you've now got 15% drawdown. So it doesn't trail like all the others. What are their spreads like on gold? Around two. In fact, who's got one in here? In fact, let me just see. I've got one. I'll log in on my phone. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Uh, Currently 1.8, and it's fluctuating between 1.7 and 2.2, but it's holding pretty much at 1.8. So pretty tight. Not as tight as having a pro account, but I guess that comes with part of the risk that they're going to have on the basis that it's a live account. But yeah, pretty competitive, I would say. Yeah, late ones is holding at late one most of the time. 1.7, 1.8 most of the time. Okay, so this has been it will be high currently due to news. I mean, it doesn't really go much more than that, and it usually will fluctuate between 1.5 and 1.8. I'm looking at it. Yeah. Okay, so just looking at the charts, Waleed, how we doing? Some that I had in the past, the spread's about 5. Oh Christ, that will be pretty hard, especially if you're using 10 pips or 15 pips as like your first TP. Yeah, it's gonna be massive, big challenges. So yeah, they're the ones that I would definitely look at in terms of finding a prop firm. Now, they're a facilitator that work through and another broker, let's put it that way. They don't create the accounts themselves. They'll just put you in contact and facilitate the prop account. And you know what? It's been absolutely seamless so far. I think we've been working with them, so to speak, or been that's what's the best way to put? I've been recommending them so maybe since January, something like that, and had no issues. Before that, we've tried quite a few other prop firms. Um, we've tried 5%ers, but there's issues around news trading. Um, what platform do they use? They use MT4. Yeah, hi Dorcas, or Docris, Uncle Z, how we doing? Uh, yeah, so we've had one trade. If you've just joined in right now, we had one trade on gold literally as we started the live stream. It was in the first 2 minutes. We bought the high of this bullish 15-minute candle. We looked to take it all the way up to this resistance. We didn't get there entirely. We scaled out at 10, 20, and 30 pips, and then it came back down and stopped us out at break even. And you can see, look, hindsight's a wonderful thing. If we'd left our stops where it was, it would have gone on and hit full targets. But I'm not going to do that, especially not through news. Okay, so very, very simple process. Everyone got to see it, how we do it live. Um, we had a trade yesterday, but we waited 93 minutes or something for a trade. And it we got the pips on the board, so it was nice. You know, I think the hard thing that from what I see with most people when it comes to trading is staying disciplined and waiting for the market to come to them. You know, and I know there's people that come in here and they will say, all I ever see you do is talk and don't see you trade. Well, look, I'll only ever place one or two trades in a session. You've seen one instantly today. You saw one yesterday, one day before. We roughly get a trade a session, but you're not going to see me taking loads. And if there is a session where you do see me taking multiple trades, I guarantee you it's because I'm doing something wrong. And when I say wrong, I might have had a bad morning, I'm in a bad mood. I don't know why, but it usually it comes down to me not being disciplined if you see me taking loads of trades. So if you ever see me doing that, guys, please feel free to shout out and slap me down. Uh, Hillman, Hugo, Sonar, how we doing? We're seeing a few more. And remember, guys, if you do prefer to watch on YouTube where you can see the full screen, uh, don't forget to head over there. You can see YouTube by going to the Standstore link. I don't know if you can. Oh no, I shared the prop account last time. Uh, Let me see if I can copy. Here we go. So if you click on the Standstore link, oh, what's happening there? So many sellers right now. Sellers of, all right, got to wait 21 minutes. Gold bust. Yeah, this is gold. We have seen the market potentially break out of this resistance level. I've got 6 minutes to wait. If it closes above here, we do have the option to take another trade. Now, Daniel, how we doing? Yeah, we're definitely looking for now. What's the question? We buying, boss? Potentially. I'm just waiting for the 15-minute candle to close. We already bought down here. We came out. We took T1, T2, T3, and then got stopped at break even. You mentioned yesterday about winning a membership giveaway. Have you sent a link out yet? As I know a few people that want to enter. Um, okay, so I haven't sent a link out yet. I'm gonna have to do the link probably next week, and I'll do it every day. But in order to enter, they could just email me. I just need name, email, and phone number, and then it will go in a random picker at the end of the month. I'm going to give away a 3 month subscription, a 2 month, and a 1 month. Okay. All you have to do is follow me on socials and send me full name, email, and phone number. If you give me wrong credentials, then guess what, guys? You will not be able to win. It's that simple because I won't be able to contact you. You're not going to get inundated with loads of messages. Thank you. Instant nut. Potential for a buy. Yeah, potentially. We just got to wait 4 minutes. We have to wait 4 minutes. Once we've waited 4 minutes, we can see whether this candle is going to close above this zone. If it doesn't, Parry Hotter, welcome. Now, for those of you that did come early, I did mention to you that I am going to have to take uh, not take a short break. That's what I was about to say. I am going to have to finish the stream a little bit early today, just on the basis that I've got a few things I need to do later at 2:30. So I've got a client I need to see at 2:30. So I will be finishing the stream today pretty much spot on the dot, 2 o'clock. So I do apologize, it is going to be a little bit shorter today. But if you were here, as they say, early bird catches the worm. But I wish that was true because yesterday was definitely not the case. We were sat here 90 odd minutes and we had one pending order that we cancelled until the very last moments. So, guys, um, how many of you would say you find the discipline and following rules the hardest bit? How keeping check of your emotions? How many would you say coming up with a concept is the hardest bit? How many of you would say uh, getting capital is the hardest thing? What's your biggest challenge when it comes to trading? Can you explain the news concept to me? What's the news concept? As in why I waited for the news? Passion Hub, how we doing? Yeah, so stress a lot when I have open trades. Okay, so how many open trades do you generally have? How many open psychology, especially in drawdown? Okay, so I only have one trade open at a time, so I can never get too stressed. Okay, one at a time. So you probably get stressed because do you have a plan so you know exactly how you're entering a trade, you know exactly how you're managing a trade, you know exactly how you're going to get out. Do you know that? Now, if you don't know how you're going to get into a trade and how you're going to manage it before you trade it, then of course it's going to be stressful because you're entering the unknown. And if I have three losses after each other, okay, so set yourself some rules. Okay, so set some rules, right? Um, think think like baseball, three strikes and you're out for the day. Um, however you want to do that, but create some rules that will stop you from taking severe losses, stop you from overtrading. And again, you can set all the rules you like, but if you don't adhere to them, it's not going to make any difference. So you could set yourself three rule. You could set yourself rules that says if I have three losses in any day, I'm going to stop trading for that day. But if you take three losses and then guess what? You take a fourth trade, then the rules, yeah, they're there, but you can't stick to them, so it makes no difference. Uh, Psychology, especially in drawdown, I end up out earlier than I planned. Okay, so I'll give you a prime example of what happens when people are in drawdown. Their focus is instead of the process, they think about how can they get the money back they've just lost. So I'm not taking a trade here, guys. I'm not taking anything. I it's if it has a wick down, it's a setup, but I'm not taking it because I have to go in 15 minutes. Okay. Um, they think about having to get the money back, which is the wrong concept. You don't want to think about getting the money back you just lost. You want to focus on the process. If you focus on the process, then the prize will follow. Okay, so if you focus on the process, then guess what? Time, repetition, mother skill, you will then become consistent. You will be good at repeating the simple things and being very good and excellent at doing the simple things well. If you can do that, guess what? You start to make money. It happens, and it doesn't, and I'm not just talking about trading. It's the same with, let's say, going to the gym. It's the same with how you treat nutrition. Um, um, you know, Nutrition is like a bank account. The more calories you put in, the bigger you're going to grow, fat or muscle, whatever it may be, right? the lower the amount of calories you're going to put in, it's going to be like a bank account. It's going to get depleted. You're going to get skinny. So trading, you have to treat it in the same way. You have to do things, treat it like a business. If you want your accounts to grow, if you want to make money from this industry, you have to treat it like a business. So have some defined rules, have a plan in place. And then when it doesn't work or it goes into drawdown, you can then look at what you put in place and start to review your trades. If you're just doing things, let's say a bit here, a bit there, and there's no consistency to it, there's even no point reviewing your trades because everything is going to be very, very different from one to the next. Yeah. So just make sure whatever you're doing, you stay disciplined. So if you have just joined, guys, we have taken one trade on gold. We bought the high of this candle down here. We took 30 pips on it and then got stopped for the last little bit at break even. The news came out, has pushed price above this resistance level. We've wicked down now, so buy stops can go in above this high, looking for 10, 20 pips and so forth. So like I said, I have to go in 11 minutes. I'm not going to be here in 11 minutes. Um, I need to go and get some lunch and then I'll be with a client. So if you're looking for opportunities, guys, based on my rules, which I'll put here, um, I'm not trading, but look, I'll let you see it and then you can make up your mind and you can just either, why is it doing this? There we go. So look, that's what we're looking for. So that can get rid of the news tab now. Don't need that anymore. So for my breakout trade, do we have resistance? Yes, resistance was hit. Did we close above it? Yes, we've closed above it. Do we have clear space? So above the high of this candle to the next level, we've got 93 pips. Yep, so we've got clear space. Has the next candle wicked down? Yeah, it's gone down. Buy stop above the previous high plus spread. So in theory, this is what we're looking at. I'm not trading it, guys, so don't think I'm trading this. Like I said, I've already done my trade, um, and I'm out of here at 2 o'clock. So what we're looking for is price to break this high, push up into here, scale out. Members will be scaling out 10 pips or 20 pips, depending on their specific rules. As it triggers, move your stop loss up underneath the trigger candle low, and then as it hits TPs, stop straight to break even. Okay, so very, very simplistic rules, very, very simple charts, keeping it nice and clean and consistent, and that's it. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Blue Man. Ooh, I don't know what that says. If you can Is there a translation button? If you can put that into English, that would be appreciated and I might be able to answer. Um, what other questions have I missed? Not sure if I've missed anything else. Um, okay, yeah, so it's gonna finish, like I say, in 10 minutes. We're not gonna run on too long today. We've taken our pips out of the market. Um, please, was your risk to reward? So if you look at this based on that, it would say if it gets all the way to its final target, it would be 0.93, so just under a 1-to-1. But the way I trade is I trade a fixed lot size. Okay, so as price triggers, so the second it hits the trigger, I reduce my stop to the low of the trigger candle. So then it becomes 1.55. So you can calculate however you want to look at the risk reward based on, do you want to calculate it off where I put the stop initially, or do you want to calculate it where as soon as the trade triggers? So it's variable. It's not a fixed RR. So probably quite different to what you're traditionally used to seeing. Hi, Kimberly. Who else have we just got in? Hi, Mika, Micah, Lewis. How are we doing? Uh, some of the names are just numbers, so I can't say hello. Hi, Tudor. All names. Tropica. Good afternoon, peeps. Yeah, if like I say, if you have just joined, I'm only going to be on for about another 8 minutes. Another 8 minutes, and then I'm gonna go. So you have missed our first trade. Our first trade was this. That was the first trade. It literally got triggered in the first few minutes of being online. So that was our first trade. We scaled out at 10, scaled out at 20, and scaled out at 30 pips. You missed trading. Why are you not trading? What's happened? Uh, Poodle Kennel, how we doing? What's a pip? Price in points. A pip is the smallest incremental move that the market can make. So, for example, if you had a dollar, the smallest amount of dollar is a cent. With a pound, it's a penny. So, a pip is just the smallest incremental move that the market can make. Thanks, Jamie. Um, Now, like I said, I'm not taking this second trade because I won't be here to manage it. I will be heading for some lunch quickly because I've got a client at 2:30. If you've got any questions for the remaining, 5 minutes, let me know. Uh, I lost so much now. I just watch, learn, and admire. I wish I have even. Oh, that doesn't sound good, Mika. That doesn't sound good. Why do you think you lost so much? What do you reckon happened? Were you gambling? Were you just creating bad habits? Um, of it break through the next candle. Yeah, in theory, you're looking for it to break through the high of this and then continue up to the next range. Now, remember, the markets never move in a straight line, which is why I always scale out. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. You can look at something and it just looks like it's gone straight up or straight down. But realistically, somewhere in there, that market's gone up, gone down, probably went sideways for a little bit. It never, it never moves the way that you want it to. So just um, always have rules that allow you to scale profits out. Yeah, that's probably the best thing I would say. Always have rules that allow you to scale profits out and de-risk as quickly as possible. What is the ideal number of tap as consider rejected? Not quite sure on the question. What is the ideal number of tap as consider rejected? Not sure. Sorry if you can rephrase that question. Rooksy, how are we doing? So in 3 minutes, I have to go, guys. In 3 minutes, I have to go. So we've done one trade. As you can see, this one here, we took 30 pips out of the market. There is a setup right now. Should the market break the high of this bullish candle, um, I'm not trading that one. I've had my trade. I'm sitting on the sidelines, and I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Neugen, XRP, Hader, how are we doing, guys? Uh, Ayla, Jean Carlos, good afternoon. Jerome FX. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up in about 2 minutes now. Um, so if you do have any questions, if you've enjoyed today's stream, or if you bank some pips, make sure you give it a like and hit some hearts. Appreciate that. If you have, because it's nearly 2 p.m., would you close the trade and open up again once candle closes, or is it not needed? Um, 2 p.m. I mean, look, I if I was gonna if I've got to look at it and say, right, why am I placing the trade? Has anything changed? If it was 230, you're going to see a bit more volatility. So I would just leave it based on the 15-minute setup. Um, but I'm not. Minahat, see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming today. Um, yeah, so guys, like I said, if you did take a trade with me earlier today and you banked 20, 30 pips or so, please give me some likes or share the stream with some people. Really, really appreciate it. Anna, pleasure. Thanks, darling. Um, yeah, very kind of you guys. Appreciate you turning up and taking the time out of your day to tune in and hopefully pick up some of what I do, and maybe you can implement some of what I do into your session, into your trades, or at least pick up some good habits. That's the main thing. You may not like how I trade, but you may be able to develop some good habits. And just remember, the good habits will always take you to places you want to be. Okay. Uh, I'm down 60K, please. Any advice? All right, Rowan. Um, First thing is you need to reduce your lot size massively. Um, don't trade anything bigger than 0.01, and that's really you're gonna hate that. But you want to trade at 0.01 until you start to see some results. And then once you've got some results by trading in a disciplined manner, by creating a plan and a process, then you can start to increase that lot size. But until you start to see any positive returns, don't try and gamble it, mate, because that 60K down could become 100K down very, very quickly. Because right now you're going to be trading based on some really bad emotional subconscious vibes. So you need to start building some good habits to start feeling good again. Right now you're focusing on the 60K down. What you need to focus on is the process. If you focus on the process, you'll start making baby steps towards getting some of that back. Um, Cheers, Andrew. Take care, buddy. So, Rowan, it's never nice to be down. Um, but remember, anything you've lost can always be recovered. And you just need to look at the lessons that you can take away from it. What happened when you lost your first 5K? Did you increase your risk? Were you trading more frequently? Were you moving your stop losses? These are things you look back at and say, right, what did I do? Okay, there's a big lesson. Okay, so the biggest lesson I got from this is, look, I'm to blame for everything. The second I was a K down or 5K down, I should have nipped something in the bud. But look, instead of dwelling on the facts, um, and making yourself feel like shit, the best thing you can do is either you just nip it in the bud and go, do you know what? I don't have the right mental attitude for trading. I can't be disciplined. Or you go, do you know what? I'm going to get this back. It's going to be a long journey, but I need to put a process in place. Um, did that make sense, Rowan? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Um, okay, guys, I'm really, really sorry, but like I said, pleasure. I'll be back on again tomorrow, 1 o'clock, for the final stream of the week. Um, yeah, I might just do a crazy flash sale tomorrow. Um, if if people are interested. Yep. Okay, guys. Yeah. For those of you, yes. Look, you can see the membership and everything. It's on the stand store, guys. But this is, like I say, the 1 o'clock streams. They'll be here for as far as I can think. I'm not taking them away. This is free streams for anyone that wants to join and ask questions, find out things. Members community, that's completely different. Guys, have a great day, and I will see you all at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Members, I'll see you. Or I might do a London live stream tomorrow, 7 a.m., 6:30 a.m. on TikTok and YouTube. I might do one tomorrow morning. If you're interested in a live stream for the London Open tomorrow, uh, just hit some hearts. If we can get up to if we can get 2,000 likes on TikTok, um, plenty of likes on YouTube over this next 2 minutes, I'll do a London live stream tomorrow. If you want a London live stream tomorrow on TikTok and YouTube, let's start bashing those likes, guys. Okay, I'll start it at 6:30 a.m. I want to see that up over 2K, guys. I know there's not been as many people in today for whatever reason, but for those of you that have been here, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming. Um, you know, but like I said, we get those likes up over 2K on TikTok and smashed out on YouTube. I will definitely do a live stream for you on TikTok and YouTube at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, so keep smashing. We're getting there, guys. We're at 1.6K. Just a few hundred more. I know there's a few people in there. You're just gonna have to sit there and hit that trigger finger. If you did take the trade on gold, you would have been triggered by now. You'd be maybe about a couple of pips down at the minute. But like I said, I've not taken this one purely because I've got to go and get some lunch. But watch it. I like the setup. I think it's a great setup. Oh, we're nearly getting there, guys. We're nearly getting there. The likes are coming in. 1.9. Yes, guys, appreciate it. Okay. Um, let's see. According to broker data, you're talking uh we need to be about 3391.8. No, no, what am I talking about? What would it be? The high is 91, yeah, 91.6. So you'd need about 4 pips to go now. About 4 pips to go. Oh, we've smashed it. Look at that. Okay, there's definitely a live stream tomorrow, guys. We're at 2.5K. Yep, absolutely smashed it. And if you did take that trade, you've just hit TP1. Get your stops to break even. So TP1 has just been hit if you took that trade. Like I said, I wasn't taking it because I was meant to have gone at 2 o'clock, but then I came up with a bright idea that I'll do a live stream. Okay, so you've just hit TP2, 20 pips banked, guys. 20 pips banked. Absolutely killing it. Well done, team. You've absolutely smashed it. I've got to go now because I'm really, really late. So, guys, take care. YouTube, see you tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. I'll put all that in again. Second trade, second win. Well done. Instant nut. Glad you took both of them. TikTok, catch you tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.